Hello, hello. Let's see here. Let's see. Hey, Gina. Waiting for my co-host to hop on. Hello, hello. Hey, Brandy, hop on. I think I sent you an invite. Let's see here. Did you get the invite? Might be in your announcements, your alerts. I don't know. I was trying to do this on my computer, but I don't know. I got to figure that out. I'm not computer savvy enough. I do too much on my phone. So, why not? Hmm. Hey,
I
Maria.
figured it out.
Yay!
Hello, hello.
We are learning. We are learning.
We are. We got it. We got it.
Hey, Bonnie. Long time no see.
Ah,
All right. So you figured out on your end. I figured out on my end. I don't know what I was going to do this on my computer, and I can't figure out how to do it on my computer. So I'm going to have to
yeah,
play with that
yeah.
a little bit later. But um, so okay. So I want to keep this short and sweet because I know that we are like past bedtime.
I'll sleep in a little bit.
um. So, okay. So I think we just have a few people on here right now, but that's okay because what I'm going to go in later is download it and then this will stay active so people can watch it later. And then I will upload it onto a couple other places too. So,
Perfect.
those who are joining us, I'm seeing all kinds of people hopping on. This is fun. I like
Yes.
this. This is the time, huh? Okay, so first of all, if y'all have any questions, type them out, okay? Because we're here to answer questions. But what our goal is here today, and I like to talk, so if I need to shut up, tell me, okay?
Perfect.
But our goal here is to talk a little bit about what we're doing next week. Brandy and I met at the Tampa Day Leg Day back in September for Faster Way to Fat Loss. We didn't actually know each other at all before then, but we are both here in Pinellas County and rocking our businesses and have other jobs we do too during the day. So we're kind of side hustle ladies. So but we were talking and the idea of doing a kind of a thrive through the holidays free week came up, and that way we can, and it's multi-purpose. The most important purpose is honestly to provide y'all with some good tips and tricks so that you can thrive through the holidays, to kind of keep yourself the priority, and then also to, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but also just to, give you all an idea of what is it like when we're coaching, what do we do, kind of give you a taste of the lifestyle that honestly has brought us a lot of freedom and success, and share that. So if and then if you guys decide you like it or whatever, later on we can talk about that, but there's really not supposed to be any real obligation or commitment. It's more to share with everybody else. So but I just wanted to also jump on here and talk about, a little bit about our history, about how we got to where we are. So I don't know, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? It's up to you.
Doesn't matter. I think you've been a coach longer, I believe, right?
When did you join? I can't remember. It was recent, right? It was this summer.
No, 2 years.
Oh, you're coach longer than me then.
Okay. Yeah. I've been with right about 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in Faster way longer than you, but I
Okay,
haven't been
that's
a
maybe
coach
what I'm
longer.
thinking. Yeah. Yep.
So, um, Okay, well, I can go. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so my story here is that so I have had challenges with my, and I'll say weight because up until, I would say up until my journey with Faster Way, it was always about weight. Okay. But I literally have had, hey, Rebecca, trouble with managing my weight and my fitness and my nutrition. I'm going to say my whole life. I've probably had body image issues my whole life. I remember the first diet I went on diet. I think I was 10, and it was because, and I don't even think I was heavy. I think I was just a head taller than everybody else in the class. And so I thought that I was heavy because, kids are mean. So and I remember my mom was like, okay, well, we'll eat healthy foods. You should put like a hard boiled egg in a sandwich. Like, she didn't put any sweets in there, but it was, she tried to be healthy about it. She didn't try to be restrictive, but, I had this mentality my whole life and, and went through school, went through college, I've done them all. Atkins, South Beach, Weight Watchers, all the way through medical school. And, in a medical school, you learn a lot about the body, but you really don't learn a lot about nutrition. and I think even with that being said, I think that in the last 10 years, even a lot more good data about nutrition has come out. One of the challenges that were always the situation with nutrition and studies was controlling the studies themselves and having good comparison groups. And I think that a lot has changed in the last decade in that regards, but I've been practicing medicine longer than that. So when I was training, there really wasn't a lot of information. I would say truthfully, we got, I think we got 1 or 2 days during medical school. And then everything else was like whoever you were learning from and what you were reading at that time that came out, which, I mean, in the last 20 years, the information has changed a ton. So, and it's still, and there's still a lot of conflicting information. And, even within my group of lady docs that I'm working with as well, they're, like, oh, I should be more plant-based, or, oh, I should eat less fat. And I'm like, okay, we just need to let everything go and start over. But so I've had this like on again, off again, horrible relationship with food. And because I never really learned how to eat properly, I never learned what actually fueled my body. And then I didn't have good coping skills. So I would, I put on weight during medical school. I took weight off during medical school. I put on weight during residency and then took a little weight off. And I put more weight on with my first job and then with babies. And it just kind of spiraled out of control. And in the last 10 years, I've actually had 2 bariatric surgeries, which I would argue were both failures. And with babies after each one, which is part of the reason I think they were failures, but also because they don't ever teach you how to eat. They go, here's your tool, your surgery, and, good luck, eat your protein, and that's about it. You need 60 grams of protein a day after bariatric surgery. Now what I know, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're malnourishing all these people. But because I never really learned how to eat, I didn't learn how to fuel my body. I didn't learn how to give my body what it needs. And that's super frustrating because then I'm sitting here as a physician, I'm trying to help other people. I'm trying to treat patients and I'm not doing what I should be doing myself because honestly, I really didn't know. And I should know. And that was frustrating too, because the education was lacking. So one of my friends, who is also a coach, she had been, I don't want to say harassing because that sounds mean, but she was harassing me repeatedly. And we went to a conference and I remember it was spring of 2019. And I was so mad because 1, I had to use a seatbelt extender in the airplane. And 2, I was like nursing a tendonitis or a stress fracture or something in my foot and ended up like in a wheelchair for the whole conference. I was just beyond embarrassed. So I came back and I was like, I'm done with this. Like, this is ridiculous. I don't even care at this point what I have to do. But she was someone who I knew had some of the similar struggles I had had. She worked in healthcare. She's a nurse. She's a nurse midwife. Her schedule was crazy. She worked odd hours. And really, I was like, well, you know what? If she can make this work, then there's really no reason I can't make this work. Yeah. And so I went ahead and I was like, look, I messaged her when we got back and I said, okay, I'm in. You just tell me where to sign on the dotted line. Can I start tomorrow? And she goes, well, my next session doesn't start until June 3rd, but you can sign up. And I remember being really frustrated. I had to wait like a week and a half. But it's one of those things, once you get into it, once you start doing the education, the learning, and and back then we didn't have a meal plan, we didn't have an app, we didn't have anything like that. Y'all are like the newer clients are so spoiled they don't even know. But it was still worth every minute, every penny, every effort on my end. It made such a difference. And over the course of the next year, the just dramatic lifestyle changes for me. I remember I was so I don't want to say worried, but so overwhelmed with my current situation that I said, okay, I'm not even going to exercise. Like, I'm afraid if I try to exercise in the beginning, I feel like I'm going to fail because I'm going to be trying to do too many things and I'm too tired. So because I was just out of shape and out of, uncomfortable and all the above, I wasn't sleeping well. Yeah. And I remember after like 8 weeks, I remember going, I think I got enough energy. I think I need to start doing something because I'm starting to come out of my skin. So, and that's about when I started working out. And I remember when I first started first started, they had just started doing videos for the workouts. They had some, but they were still limited. And I remember Amanda with her arm circles. And I remember going, my arms are going to fall off. I finished the arm circles and I am done for the day, and I remember, and that came back to me a week or two ago. And I was sitting there doing arm circles and I'm like watching in the mirror as I'm going, man, I'm banging out these arm circles like they nothing. So I posted it in my stories and I tagged Amanda and I was like, I remember when I couldn't do these. So, but it's, it's one of those things. You progress so much over time and you see the changes. Some of them, sometimes you plateau, sometimes like outwardly you plateau, but you're still making gains in other areas. So, I think the whole mentality of the program is great in terms of non-scale victories and focusing on the progress we make on a week-to-week basis. I think that is what really pushes the success and the support. Nobody is in a vacuum. Nobody's doing this alone. Mm-hmm. We're, you're not getting left to fly out there, so, and we all are committed to each other's success. We're all able to lean in and help each other when we need to. So, and that's super unique. You don't find that in a lot of other programs. So, and it worked out really well with my lifestyle. Like, I'm super busy. Not eating breakfast is like the most exciting thing ever for me because it's one less thing I have to plan. So got enough to do in life. So, all right. And then over the course of that time frame, I lost and gained and gained with the surgeries. And then when I joined Faster Way, over the course, I lost over 60 pounds in the first 2 years. Wow. So now I've put a little bit of that back on, but honestly, my clothes still fit right. So I'm thinking I put muscle on, which is really what I think I did. So yeah, and at this point in time, the only reason I even know that is because, when you go to the doctors, you got to step on the stupid scale. So, and I'm like, oh, look at that. I'm up 5 pounds. But I don't weigh myself at home. I don't even, I have a scale and I think the batteries are dead. So, but anyway, that's my story.
That's awesome. I love seeing your progress pictures and like just how far that you've come along. So like I said earlier, I think you're very inspiring to a lot of people. I don't have that great of a story. I've always been very passionate, like health and fitness is my passion, so my story is different. I've always wanted to be on the coaching side, and Amanda Truss is actually a patient of mine. So that's how I heard about Faster Way. And so it was kind of just my door into, hey, instead of just starting my own business coaching, it's kind of laid out there for me. And it's super simple for me as a coach. It's super simple for clients because there's always been an app since I've been in the program. So it's kind of mindless, like, boiled. Yeah. Every day is planned out. What do I do on Monday? Well, here's what you eat. Here's your workouts. I mean, it's all out. Once you're in VIP, we can program it. If you don't want to follow the meal plans and you want to do your own thing, you can do your own thing, but you really don't have to think about anything. And that's what I like.
No.
The ease, the mind, the mindless. It's, yeah.
I know that today is this day and I'm doing X, Y, and Z to meet my goals.
Yep.
So, and, you know, and I think it's funny you mentioned your story is not as exciting, and I don't necessarily agree with that, but you sit there and you think, you know, it's one of those things I think about when people tell their testimonies at church and you go, man, and I used to feel like this, like, man, I have always been in church. I never had a rebellious phase. Like, my testimony is I accepted Christ when I was 5 years old in the car on the way home from church, and I've been in church ever since.
But,
you know, and it's like, oh, I don't have that exciting a testimony. Well,
that is exciting.
But, you know, and that's the thing. I sit there and then I had a friend once who told me, like, later on, because he became a believer later on in life, and he's like, you know, he goes, you say you have a boring testimony, but he goes, to me, that's far more exciting because you've never known a life without it. Like, I'm jealous. And I'm going, and I'm like, I've never thought about it that way. So, I mean, it goes both ways. So, like, yeah, I had the rebellious, horrible weight gain garbage story, you know, but on the same time, you have a commitment story and found a program that allowed you to continue and be successful where you needed to be. So I don't think that's any less exciting, or, you know, it's a different, by the way, I'm cleaning crumbs off. That's what I'm doing. I'm sitting on the counter where my kids eat and I'm looking down going like, Rugrats. Anyway.
No, it's to each his own. I think we all have our own, you know, our own story, and
we all come in with our own challenges, our own issues, our own problems. I know I shared some of mine earlier. I'm just having a day today.
It's all good. And like you said earlier about community, I mean, you're not doing this alone. I mean, you are surrounded by a community of coaches and clients, and there's something for everybody, whether you're like a seasoned athlete or a brand new beginner and you have no idea about anything, or anything in between.
And there's something for all of us. You know, maybe you've never run a day in your life, and you go, hey, I think I might like to do some jogging. Well, we have a 5K we do every year with a training program.
Yep.
You know, and you know, and I don't know if you did it, but, you know, the recording is like, you know, you're starting wherever you're starting, and, you know, maybe you're a runner already and you're out of breath jogging is much faster. Maybe you're not a runner.
Nope, me neither.
And they're like, run until you feel like you're out of breath. And I'm going, I'm a little embarrassed at how fast that is, but I don't care. You know, it's like, that's still my level of intensity, and that's fine. So, and I've accepted I'm not a runner. My knees don't like it. My body's not built for it. You know, I'm built to lift weights, and that's fine.
Yep. Much rather lift weights than run.
Yeah. Any day of the week. So, okay. So that's that. We still have a few people on, which is exciting. We are doing this free week next week. Okay, totally free, no obligations. I'm not going to ask you for your credit card. I'm not doing. I had a couple people go, "How much does it cost?" I'm like, nothing. And I need your first name and an email, and that is it, so that we can get you hooked into the Facebook group. Okay. And
ideas, maybe what you want to hear, like some ideas that they might want for us to share.
yeah. So, I mean, if there's anything particular that you're looking for, any challenges that you're having, put them in the comments. That way we can make sure that we're addressing those things. If you're not signed up for this group next week, you put the link in your bio. I put the link off my link tree.
Yes, same here.
Okay. So you can go to either of our link trees and find it. The other thing is our content is totally different. So if you want to, yes, we're both Faster Way coaches, but I would recommend, if you follow me, follow Brandy. If you follow Brandy, come follow me. That way you're getting lots of different information. We tend to approach things from a little different direction just because our training's different. So next week we're going to have a theme each day. Okay. So, and our goal is to empower you to thrive through the holidays. So, and we're leaning into our strengths as well. So so I'm going to do some of the more like medical sciencey kind of stuff. And then Brandy's going to be coming in and talking about like showing you guys some workout, some moves that you can do, some exercises. We're going to be, hi, more people coming on. This is exciting. And then we're also going to be talking about the nutrition component. We will be giving you kind of little bits and pieces of what we do teach here in the Faster Way. So it is really going to be kind of like a free week. Okay. And a taste of what we do. So, and we'll be coaching you. So you can feel free to ask questions. We're going to teach y'all how to track macros. We're going to talk about different kinds of workouts and what's going to get you the biggest bang for your time, and honestly, how to balance your hormones so that you're able to sleep well and have enough energy to get through your day and help the people around you. So that's what it's all about.
Love it.
Feeling good.
I love that it's so efficient and not so time consuming, because you don't have to spend hours in the gym. You don't even have to go to the gym. I mean, I'm going to show you a lot of stuff that you can do at home, because some people think that I have to have a chef and I have to have everything perfect and I have to go to the gym. And I haven't gone to the gym at all this week actually, and I still get a great workout. So
yeah. We have a gym membership, which I use occasionally because I have herniated discs in my back. So I will go and literally do the back extension machine. That is that is why I have a gym membership.
Yeah.
And if you want to know more about herniated discs and back injuries and back extensions and how they can help you, let me know. But literally, I think that is what keeps me pain-free most of the time. So but almost all my workouts are at home. I don't, unless I'm out walking the dogs or something, I'm at home. Like I lift weights at home. I do my HIIT at home. But when I'm working out, it's either now, which is less likely because I'm usually ready to head towards bed.
Yeah.
And I don't always like working out late at night because I kind of feel like it amps me up. But I know everyone's different with that. But I like working out in the mornings, which means I'm getting up at 4:15. Guess what? Gym's not open yet. So I got to work out at home to get it. Yep. So, but you don't have to be at the gym for hours, like you said. We're all about focused intensity and getting it done in and out. So,
I mean, you can spend time at the gym, but you don't have to. I like to do my legs.
Be social.
But yeah. But yeah, you don't have to.
No. You don't have to at all. And honestly, depending on where you're starting, body weight may be more than enough. You don't even need to have weights. I remember I didn't even use weights in the beginning. And then my first set of weights I bought were 2 3s and 5 pounds.
Nice. I don't know if Bonnie's still on here or not, but Bonnie is actually a client of mine already, and she was a patient of yours too.
Yep.
She has gotten so much stronger since the beginning. I'm just so proud of her because, like you said, you started out with the 5-pound weights, and if that's hard for you, then that's hard for you. And now she's got some 20s. And so I mean, you start somewhere, and she's been with me for the whole 2 years that I've been a coach. So
that's awesome. Yeah,
and you get stronger. So
yeah, I ordered a set of 40s for my birthday in September.
I only have 35, so that's my next step because they're getting expensive.
I know. It's like $1 a pound, man.
Exactly.
That's why I did it for my birthday. I was like, well, my birthday present this year is going to be a set of $80 worth of dumbbells.
Yep.
So, but I mean, on the flip side, if I went to the gym, I wouldn't have to buy them. So, and that's part of the reason I'm sure why you go to the gym to do leg day is because you can lift heavier there.
Exactly.
And then you're not buying weights.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I can still do stuff with my 35s, but I like to think that I can squat more than 70 pounds.
So,
yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Well, and the few people who are still on here, do anybody have any questions for us? Any concerns or things you want to make sure we hit?
Speak now.
Speak now because we want to go to bed. All right. We could do this regularly. This is a lot of fun. I have a good time doing this. Hi. We're about ready to get off. We're about ready to finish, but I'm so excited. We got all these Faster Weight coaches who hopped on.
Sweet.
Exciting. We're talking about our free week next week. It'd be awesome to have the Faster Weight coaches join us and then they can lean in too. So I don't even
soup cans. I like that, Rebecca. Exactly. Whatever you have.
I figured I'm like, I don't know what Nana means, but
Oh.
Yeah, I got your registration, Bonnie, so that's exciting. Hey, share it with other people. The more the merrier. All right. This is the more people we have asking questions, the more people we have interacting, the more everybody learns. So participate. So, all righty. All right. Rebecca, you crack me up. All right. We're gonna end this before I start getting punchy.
Okay.
So the end is make sure everybody signs up to be part of it. I will put the link in the post as well as you can reach it through both of our bios. And if you have any questions, let us know. But sign up. Otherwise, I'm not going to know that you want in. All right.
All right.
Have a good one.
Awesome. Have a good night. Bye, girl.